The Great Reset. Klaus Schwab and King Charles on why we need a great reset. Listen to the podcast. Well, we're not going to listen to it. And do we really need a great reset? I've been hearing a lot about this lately. And I'll tell you what, you all, every time I start doing a video, my nose starts itching. Yeah, means somebody's talking about you. Do we really need a great reset? And what is that great reset? Who wants it? And where did it originate from? Is this fact? Is this conspiracy? Is it just make believe? Is there more to this than what meets the eye? Will it benefit the majority of the population on Earth? Or will it fit a minority of the population? Excuse me. I'm going to get this out. This is terrible. Oops. I thought it was empty. Thought my cup was empty, you all. I got to clean up my mess. It got on my mouse pad, you all. Thought my cup was empty. But my cup did not runneth over. You all say right there, you all. We're going to watch it. We're going to read it. We are. Oh, no. That's okay. This mouse pad is, it's waterproof. That's what it is. Just let me do it upside down. These are actually the beings that I caught, you all. So let me get some water in my cup. We're going to look at this great reset if we can, because, yeah. I've got to have some water here because my throat has been tickling at times and my nose gets to itching on here. And I don't like to scratch it, but I do. Cheers. Let's look into this, you all. Let me come over here. Nah, maybe I don't want to look at the comment section. I may not, because it might be a little bit too disturbing for us. I think this is when I first started hearing about the Great Reset. And I think some spoke about it in a positive way. And did some attribute that to some other type of thing, that we need a great reset for something? What was that thing that all the debt was going to be wiped out? What was that? Was that thing associated with the Great Reset? Was it? Let me put myself right here. Hello, everyone. Let's let you see yourself on here. Yes, that's right. Hello. Now we hopefully we won't have our comment get cut in. Now wait a minute. What's going on here? What happened there, you all? Did they cut my feed? That's really strange. Can I do a split screen? Let's see if it'll let me do a split screen. I can do a split screen. Great. What was I? Oh, okay, I was going to click into this comment section right here. Hello there, Susan B. Honey. We're trying to find out what is this Great Reset, because I think it was like, what is, I got it. I think somehow this is bound to be tying into what other people have been saying. This Nasera, Gesera, or Gesera, Nasera, what if those are one and the same and it's going by a different label? What if, you all? What if? So we're going to come over here. Let me put this back to me. We're going to come over here. Thank you for joining. We're going to come right over here to the fourth industrial revolution. And I have done a video on this before. That really is like front and center. Why do you got such a We're at the weforum.org podcast. And I am going to go ahead and you all, because you might want to really check this out. I'm going to stick it right there. You are going to stick it right there. We're going to write these references. We're going to put it here right now. There'll be no ifs, ands, or buts, or where is that? You all see it right there. Let's come back over here to the Great Reset. It's a little bit too big for me. It really is. It's like June the 4th of 2020. At that time, he was called Prince Charles. Well, now he is now called King Charles. Okay, so we're going to read what was said and what wasn't said. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to find something out. Hello there. Hello there, Christine Mott. Let's come over here. This is part of the Action platform. We have an editor. The Great Reset was launched by the World Economic Forum and the HRH, the Prince of Wales. What is the Honorable... What is the HRH, the Prince of Wales? What does the HRH mean? We've got to see that. I don't know what that is abbreviation for. What's it mean? What's that mean? Does anybody know what that means? The HRH. Oh, it means, we found it. His Royal Highness. So now the Prince of Wales is now, I guess it's him now. So that's what HRH means. It means the Prince of Wales. I've got to do another sticky note thing just to get it going on here, because I want to make sure we put everything documented. Well, we learned something new. So we learned that the World Economic Forum and the HRH means His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, who is now the King of Wales. Hello, you all. And this is called, What's the World Economic Forum Doing to Accelerate This Action on the Fourth Industrial Revolution? Well, let's see. Disruption to jobs and identity. You know what? I better make sure if there is any audio whatsoever playing, I better turn it off if there's any audio that is trying to come through. Okay, so what on earth is going on here, you all? How did I get over here to the screen and me? Isn't this strange? Okay, well, can you see me? Can you see me, you all? They got disruption to jobs. We got innovation and productivity, inequality, agile governments, conflict. We got identity stuff, the fourth industrial. Okay, that's great. Revolution. So, the Great Reset was launched by the World Economic Forum and His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, seeking better form of capitalism as the world recovers from the pandemic. Well, we have a lot of capitalist people in the world. We really do. I thought they were going to do away with capitalism. I really did. I thought they were going to do away with it because, you know, it's like, yeah. So, welcomed by the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, and companies like Microsoft, MasterCard, and BP. So you can subscribe to the podcast, The World versus the Virus and the Great Reset. You can listen to it right there. Yes, you can. We can do this. We can do this. We're going to find out what this Great Reset is, if you didn't know, because I'm a little not clued in on this. I'm not. I've heard of it. I didn't know where it originated from. I just heard it circulating for the past few years, and I'm thinking, is this the same as the Nsera Gesera or the Gesera Nsera? And who started it, you all? And is this a rumor and stuff like that? Is it going to make our lives better? That's what we want to find out. Is it going to make our lives better? That's right. So this crisis has shown us that our old systems are not more fit anymore for the 21st century. So they're telling you right now, the old systems are, the old way of doing things is no longer needful, more or less, for the 21st century, said the World Economic Forum Executive Chairman Klaus Schwab. In short, we need a great reset, you all. What did he say? He said that we need a great reset. That's what he said. This week's World versus the Virus is entirely devoted to the launch of the Great Reset. It is a project to bring the world's best minds together to seek a better, fairer, greener, healthier planet as we rebuild from this terrible pandemic. Look at that, you all. It looks like the spiky balls that were seen on the Science Channel a year before it happened. If aliens invaded the Earth and these came down out of the alien ship, you may say, Gina, honey, did those come down out of the alien ship? They came down out of the alien ship, you all. I'm not joking. Let's see it. Now let's watch this, you all. If aliens invaded the Earth, we've got to talk about the aliens. Okay, let's look at this. We're going to find it. We will find it. Y'all, we're going to find it. Yes, you can look at this, you all. If aliens invaded the Earth, you see this right here on science.com. Now, I'm not going to click on it, you all, but this ship right here, you all, my arm keeps hitting this, you all. This ship right here, whose eyeball is that right there? I want to know whose eyes that is up there. So if aliens invaded the Earth, it was 3 years ago, you all. 3 years ago, and this ship right here, these things that came down out of it, they turned out to be those spiky balls. They did. And it wasn't very nice what happened to the Earth. But this is a really good documentary thing right here. If you got a chance to watch this, it really is an eye-opener. It was really cool. They had all these things that fell down, and they attached themselves to the people, and they had to protect the Earth and stuff like that. They did. Let's look at this, you all. Watch this images. No, I don't want to see this one, you all. We want to see something different. Aliens invaded the Earth. The Science Channel and those spikes. Spikes. They're not going to let us see them. They're not. There they are, right there, you all. Why is this showing like this? Can you see this, you all? Why is this thing in my way? Normally it wasn't in my way, but it is now. Look at this. So what is this from? This is when aliens invaded the Earth. This is what it looked like, you all. It wasn't none of this ship right here. It was from their massive ship that came down from above. And it was from this, right? It was something like that. But yeah, if aliens invaded the Earth, it was this one right here. It really is Nazca mummies. It was really good. So anyhow, we got these right here. We got some aliens and stuff. Did I put this in here, you all? Let me put this in here because I like to look at aliens, and you might like to look at aliens too, because aliens, it's all right. These extraterrestrial species that came to Earth long ago. So let's get back to this right here. So the World Economic Forum. Look, they want to say, have you read Now is the Time for a Great Reset? No, we haven't. A golden opportunity. His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, who is now the King of Wales, and other leaders on the forum's Great Reset. end the fossil fuel subsidies and reset this economy for a better world, you all. We're all for a better world. We really are. It's just how we're going to get to that better world. Are we going to have some suffering and stuff going on? Let's see what they said, you all. I haven't read that, but I just want to see if there was anything else. So they have the chief of Microsoft, MasterCard, and BP. You can watch it right there. You probably should watch it. You might want to find something interesting in there. I haven't read this, but I want to see it. Oh, wow. Can you recognize these people, you all? Because I don't know who they are. And I thought we was going to try to find something about this Great Reset, but they are going to do it. There is no doubt in my mind that this Great Reset, and there's probably no doubt in anybody else's mind, that since these leaders of industry with the fourth industrial revolution, once they set their mind to it, it is going to come about. The rulers of this earth. Let's look. So it's a golden opportunity, said His Royal Highness the King of Wales. Who is she? Kristalina Georgieva, Sharon Burrow, at the launch of the Great Reset. So this is a platform. It's a golden opportunity to seize something good from this crisis. Never, ever, ever, you all, never let a good crisis go to waste. Let's watch it. Never let a good crisis go to waste. RHAM. I just spelled it backwards just to do it. Okay, I did. I really did. So let's see. What did you say, Mr. Rahm Emanuel? Amid the negotiations over how lawmakers should respond to this thing, he has reprised his famous rally cry from his 2008 financial crash. He said, never let a good crisis go to waste. And this is Mr. Rahm Emanuel. You never let a serious crisis go to waste. You never let a serious crisis go to waste. So he said that. So we'll put this here because they mean business, and this is not a joke. No. Since it's not a joke, since this really is reality, and I think if they met together, which they all met together, they do mean business, you all, and they're going to make it happen. So we better learn as much as we can so we can get some information. We need to get that information. So there is a golden opportunity to see something good from this crisis. A global crisis knows no borders, and highlight how interdependent we are as one people sharing one planet. Well, speaking at the launch of the forum's Great Reset on Wednesday, they were the words of His Royal Highness of Wales on humanity's chance to craft a more sustainable and equitable world in the wake of this pandemic. He added, unless we take the action necessary and build in a greener and more inclusive, sustainable way, then we will have more and more of these things. That's what he said, you all. More and more. So let's see this, you all. It will be the theme of a unique twin summit to be convened. Let's read this if you're just tuning in. I wanted to know what this Great Reset was about because I didn't know where it came from. I've heard that the Great Reset is coming. I've heard some people saying, oh, it's going to be great. And I think I've heard people tie it to the Nasera Gesera thing. In order for, I think the way I understand it, in order for the Nasera Gesera thing to happen, we're going to have terrible, terrible inflation that's literally going to kill the currency. All economies of the world would literally have to collapse. And your money would be worthless because you'd have to usher in a new system. So the World Economic Forum in January of 2021, so it's already happened. It was the 51st World Economic Forum, So it looks like they probably had the 52nd one. They brought in leaders, global leaders from government, businesses, and civil society, as well as stakeholders from all around the world to convene both in person and virtual dialogues. The Great Reset is a commitment to jointly and urgently. Urgently means right now, ASAP. Urgently, you are hello. Urgency, ASAP, as soon as possible, build the foundations of our economic and social system for a more fair, sustainable, and resilient post future. Now, I don't know if it's going to be more fair. I don't. That remains to be seen. But I guess in their planning, they feel that it will be more fair and sustainable, but that remains to be seen. So this initiative, it's a window. We enter a window of opportunity to shape this recovery. The Great Reset will offer insights to help inform all those determining the future state of global relations, the direction of national economies. So there you have it right there, the national economies, and the priorities of societies, whatever they deem is your priority, and the nature of business models and the management of a global commons. So they've got it all planned out. Mr. Schwab. The pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. Narrow. Like that. That's his narrow. It's so narrow. They only have a small window of opportunity, and they cannot, under any circumstances, let this window of opportunity close in on them without doing something. That's exactly the way they're looking at it. They will not let it close on them. They will do what it takes. They will do whatever it takes to make this reset happen, no matter what. They'll use all the tools at their disposal that they have in order to see that it happens. They will. The best memorial that we can build for those who lost their lives in this is a greener, smarter, fairer world. She said, a greener, smarter, fairer world. We can never allow our health and our education systems to be underfunded. It has accelerated the adoption of a digital technology. Broadband has become the electricity of the 21st century. Adoption of a digital technology. We need our imagination. We're seeing every day the arc of the arc of the possible. It's being defined every day. Okay. The time for cynicism is a little behind us. Being an armchair critic is really not acceptable. It's time to come to the table and make a difference. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all weren't seeing that. Let me take this up here because I was sitting here talking to myself. I just wanted you all to see. So Mr. Schwab right here. The best memorial. We have a Kristalina right here. We can never allow our health and education systems to be underfunded. We have this woman, Bradford, who is she? Sharon. The pandemic has accelerated the adoption of digital technology, so they have literally sped up everything. It's the electricity of the 21st century. We need our imagination. We're seeing every day the arc of the impossible. It's being defined every day now. Bernard Looney, officer of the BP. Who is this one? We see him. The time for cynicism is a little behind us. Being an armchair critic is really not acceptable. It's time to come to the table and make a difference. A J.S. Benga, MasterCard. Let's see what he had to say. A J. Singh Bengal right here. Right, so you all look. Now's the time. How the world can reset itself according to these experts. The Great Reset, why the LGBT plus inclusion is the secret to cities post-pandemic success. So yeah, you all, the Great Reset, the Great Economic Forum, the Great Reset. So I've copied this down, you all, and I know that some people may not care to look at this at all, but there's the Prince of Wales. We've already got that in here. We've got the aliens showing their face. We really do. We've got the aliens. We've got to never let a good crisis go to waste. Let's see if we can get back over here. I can't get out of this place, you all. I really can't. I'm trying. I really am trying, you all. I am. So let's see if this is the fourth industrial revolution, is what it is. And this is not wanting me to go anywhere. Let me see this. The ETs will come help us in 2023. Maybe. They have already gotten measures signed, contracts from almost every mayor in every city of the United States to go with this under the guise of sustainability. Of course, you all. That's right. That's right, you all. Of course. So let's look at this, you all. So this is the chance. It's the chance to reset the global economy, says King Charles. Let's just see this, you all. Let's just see this. Is this Great Reset? I just want to type this in just to do it. Now, is this true? Let me just say this. Let me just do this right here. Does Prince Charles, or King Charles now, does a king have more power granted than a queen? Let's look at this, you all. Realistically speaking, does a king have more power than a queen? The king is reigning and the queen is only a consort. So, the spouse of a reigning queen is never a king. Who has more power? Yes, the king has more power. Does the king and queen have more power in England? The queen has more power than the king. Among the privileges of a royal prerogative can grant is the right to select guests, the queen or the queen. I'm trying to find it out, you all, if we could find it written. The king, when there is no one in the future, is the head of state. The monarchy, the power comes from Parliament. So he's got the say so, you all. Let's see this. The truth is right there. Okay, so this is what I want to type in. Is the Great Reset the same as Nesera, Nesera, Gesera? Hello. 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 Well, you all want that Nesera Gesera, don't you? You do want it. You want the Gesera Nesera. Nesera Gesera. Someone's been telling you that's exactly what you want. You want this Great Reset. You do. It's been embedded in your mind, and it's been under the guise of Nesera Gesera. And you've been told it's going to be wonderful, wonderful. You have. Well, I think that you will get to see how wonderful it's going to be. For those of you who have been told that it's going to be absolutely wonderful, you are agreeing with, let me tell you who you are agreeing with, the Great Reset. You are agreeing with Mr. Klaus Schwab and King Charles and the World Economic Forum global leaders. You are agreeing that they know exactly what they're doing when you say that you want the Nasera Gesera. That's what you're doing. You are lining up in step with them. In case you might have been confused, maybe you didn't know, but that's what you're doing. You are saying, more or less, that they too are making the best decision for you because you want that. You can't wait for it. I've heard so many people, I can't wait for the Gesera or Nasera Gesera to happen. Well, it's the same as the Great Reset, is what it is. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. But that's okay. That's all right. The start of the financial system reset. Okay? The greatness is coming. The greatness is coming. Yeah. So, you can help usher it in. You can agree with them that the window of opportunity is so narrow, like this, and you've got to do whatever it takes to not let a good crisis go to waste. You can't, because you want this Nasera Gesera. You want this great recess at whatever the cost, because it's going to be a whole lot better. That's what you've been led to believe, and you may agree with it. And I hope it's everything that you are looking forward for it to be. I really do. And I hope that you are not, let me say this, I hope that you are not disappointed in your leaders who are working very hard to bring about this Nasera Gesera, this great reset. Yeah, I hope it's everything you want it to be. I really do. I wouldn't want to see you disappointed. I would not want to see you have your hopes dashed to the ground. I wouldn't, because I think it's very not nice to mislead people like that, saying that it's going to be great when in fact it's not going to be as great as you have been led to believe. So I hope that doesn't happen, you all. But it sure does seem like the Nasera Gesera is the great reset that Mr. Klaus Schwab and King Charles are orchestrating, are, working with other leaders from all around the world in different areas of government and businesses and things like that to bring it about. And they are doing it as soon as they can. They're not wasting nothing. And they are using every single tool at their disposal, because they will have this great reset, this Nasera Gesera. And there may be some who do not agree with this article. That's fine. You may not agree with me. But yeah, that's all right. You don't have to agree. You don't. So yeah, let me put these links on here, you all. Since I typed into it, it was never let a good crisis go to waste. Never let it happen. Never let it go to waste. So we are on here, and you can see I'm going to put the links, every single link that I clicked into, save, boom, right there you all. That's right. I hope for a better world. I really do. I do want a better world. I want a world where peace and harmony reigns. I really do. And I want a world where everybody loves each other, everybody gets along, and there's no more fighting. There's none of that. I want a world where we can live in peace with one another and harmony. Too bad they did not go with the great. Too bad they didn't go with the first aliens that they came in contact with, who wanted harmony. They went with the ones who would give them that technology, that war machine. Yeah, I'd rather took the spiritual aliens over that one. So yeah, we all want peace. We all want harmony. Really, we do. Nobody wants to live in turmoil. Nobody does. It doesn't matter where you're at. Nobody wants to live in turmoil. Okay? These people right here don't even want to live in turmoil either. Maybe within their being, they believe that they are doing the best for humanity. Maybe. Um, yeah, maybe. I love people. I really do love people. And there's a lot of you all that love people because love, it truly is the way forward. But this, the Sarah Gesera, the Great Reset, it's one and the same. It really is. And I do hope it turns out the way that you have been told that it will, even though the Sarah Gesera is part of this Great Reset that Mr. Schwab and King Charles and the other World Economic Forum leaders of the world have come up with. Yeah. So, that's right. Yeah. I'm going to go, you all. Please give this video a thumbs up. And I think we agree that it would be nice to live in a world where there is peace, love, and harmony. But there are some who are hell-bent on hatred. Sorry, the majority of us are not. Hate never healed anybody. It divided. Love is what heals and brings together. Hate deliberately divides. And the majority of the people on earth want a world where there is love. They did it to me again. Oh my gosh. See how it happened? They didn't like me saying that. Too bad. I said it. The majority of people want a world where there is love. We're tired of the hate. We're tired of the wars. And one day, there will be no more wars. There'll be no more hate. There will be love and harmony for those who want it. And those who won't accept it, I don't think you're going to be around when that world is here. At least, yeah. You can't build a world on hate and division and all of it. You can't. And it's not sustainable. It's not. Love conquers all. Love is the way forward. It conquers all. And it heals. It heals the pain. It heals the hurt. It heals it all. So the Sarah Gesera and the Great Reset seems like they're one and the same. Yeah. I hope that the future that you're being promised is the one that makes you happy. I do. I don't want to see you get disappointed. Have your hopes dashed to the ground. Hopefully this thing will pan out and everybody will live in love and peace and harmony with one another. So I'm going to go, you all. I am. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for your comments. And again, let me reiterate, love is the only way forward in this life. It's the only way. It's the highest way. It's the most noble way, is love. Thank you.